Right, let's take you to news on the go now. The second biggest region in KwaZulu-Natal is hosting its elective conference this weekend in Richards Bay. Thembeka Mchunu is the current deputy mayor and is vying for the chairperson post. She's challenging incumbent chair Mdu Mhlongo. The Musa Dladla region is said to significantly affect the provincial conference expected to sit in July. For more on this, let's bring in our senior politics reporter, Ziyanda Ngcobo, who's watching this conference for us. And Ziyanda, the context is already in front of us, but help us better understand why this particular conference is important.
Well, very good morning to you, Ayanda. This conference is important because the Musa Dladla region is the third largest region in KwaZulu-Natal, and you'll know that KwaZulu-Natal as a province is yet to hold its own elective conference in July, and KwaZulu-Natal is the largest province within the ANC. So this province is very critical, but before we even get to that provincial elective conference, we need to monitor what's happening with the other regions, especially since, Ayanda, when we look at what other provinces have proclaimed after their newly elected leaders have been installed. I'm talking about the Eastern Cape, the Northern Cape, and Mpumalanga have already thrown their weight behind President Cyril Ramaphosa. Musa Dladla is a region where former President Jacob Zuma hails from, but also interestingly, it's also where Water and Sanitation Minister Ziyanda Ngcobo comes from, and his wife Thembeka Mchunu is also running to become chairperson of this region. And someone who's on Thembeka Mchunu's slate is the current regional secretary, Tolentlanhla Gwala. But you will be talking to me then, Toli, about the preparations for this conference. It hasn't been an easy road. Reaching thresholds has been quite difficult, and usually that's indicative of just how a high-stakes game this might be.
Yes, it was not easy to prepare this conference. But we managed to reach the threshold of 75, which is 70% of the region. Fortunately, we are going to this conference with 77 branches, which means we tried by all means. I'm not in the slate. I'm in the conference of the ANC. Comrade Thembeka, I've worked with him during the 90s. So I support her this time. I supported someone before. Now I support Comrade Thembeka to be a chairperson of the region.
And I know, and I'm told, I'm told rather, that an invitation has been extended to former President Jacob Zuma. Are we also expecting to see the likes of NEC member Ziyanda Ngcobo, because they both come from this region? Actually, there are several senior leaders of the ANC that hail from Musa Dladla.
Yes, we invited former President Jacob Zuma through the province, but yesterday they told us that he can't make it because of bail conditions. But our NEC members from this region, they are coming. Comrade Natim Tetwa is here already. Comrade Senzo is coming around 11. But they are coming to this conference because they are branching in this region.
There is also this discussion about the fact that, if, for instance, Thembeka Mchunu becomes chairperson, this would almost be seen as a victory for the CR or CR22 camp, because they would at least have consolidated branches of the ANC in a province such as KwaZulu-Natal in the backyard of former President Jacob Zuma.
This is a conference of the ANC. There's no CR17 here. There's no RET. It's a conference of the ANC. If Comrade Thembeka wins the conference, it does not mean that we are CR17. No, we are not. We are ANC in Musa Dladla region.
Just lastly, are we expecting any kind of, I want you to give assurances, especially as the secretary who's the custodian of the branches, that all the branches will be behaving and that we won't be seeing any further divisions? You've said it at least 3 times that this is a conference of the ANC, but we know that sometimes the conferences of the ANC can and have the potential to descend into chaos. Are you confident?
We are very disciplined in this region. All conferences since 2011, if we are going to a conference, the contestation is there in the ANC. But if someone wins, there will be no problem to other comrades. So no one will disturb the conference. We are very disciplined.
All right, I'll hold you to that, Ntlantla. We'll be monitoring very closely this conference as it is set to begin. It was supposed to start at 9 o'clock, but we understand that there are a few delays when it comes to accreditation. Hint, hint, sometimes credentials do become a problem for conference. So Tolikwala says that this is a very disciplined region, and let's see then whether and how well this conference gets underway. We've seen a trend over the last couple of weeks with the other conferences and other provinces. So this is a critical region, and there will be NEC members, as you would have heard, Natim Tetwa, Senzo Mchunu, certainly a conference that many will be looking forward to.
Appears to be another instance of hurry up and wait around these conferences, isn't it, Ziyanda? For now, thanks very much indeed. Ziyanda Ngcobo, live to us there from Richards Bay in KwaZulu-Natal.